Hey everybody, welcome to Entrepreneur Magic. I'm so glad you joined us today. This is a show we host here at Localtude every Monday at 11:30, and I'm 9 minutes late. I'm so sorry. It's 11:30 Pacific every Monday morning, and we are educating small business owners, mom and pop shops, and solopreneurs on how to connect directly with their communities for success. Around here, we believe the world is full of people ready and eager to support small businesses, and we're committed to helping you tap into that connection. I'm your host, Christina Safford, champion of the American dream, elevating the voices of entrepreneurs and educating consumers on clever ways to support small. All right, today we are talking about the algorithms. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I know, we all hate them, right? Right. Okay, if you're in the chat, give me a thumbs up, give me a wave, tell me what you think about algorithms. All right, we know they're out there. I don't think there's a small business owner out there right now who does not know the headache and frustration of algorithms. So I feel you, I hear you, and we're going to start talking about how to beat that. But the reality is, and yes, I did just say that we're going to talk about how to beat it, but the reality is you can't. As a small business owner, let's finally face the reality that algorithms are not your friend. Okay? You can't beat them. As a small business owner, they are not made for you. And nobody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about how to beat them. And yeah, they're worth putting some time and energy into, but they are not worth you running yourself into the ground to try to beat. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I hope you join us. I hope you're with us. I hope you shout out that you're here. We'd love to hear from you. But we are going to face some facts today. And one of those facts is that the algorithm is not in your favor, small business owners. I don't know why nobody's talking about that, but let's face it. You can hustle all day long. You can pretend not to hustle all day long. But the reality is we're all out there trying to beat these stupid algorithms that aren't made for us. They're never going to let us succeed because they're not made for small business owners. They're made for big businesses that have money and people and the whole, not just a staff person, but whole staff entities to deal with social media, to deal with SEO, to deal with all of these fun algorithms that always change. Can we stop for just a minute and talk about how just when you figure out the freaking algorithm, it changes? Is anybody with me on this? I hate that. Okay, I really, really, really hate that. And I'm a small business owner myself. And I've had small businesses multiple times over, and I get your frustration. I totally do. I know how you spend all these hours and all this effort and all this energy into figuring out the freaking algorithm, and just when you've got it and you have mastered it, they change it. Oh, makes me crazy. But the reality is they change it because that's what they're in the business to do. They're in the business to make money off of you. They are not in the business of supporting you. I'm sorry, but they're not. So if we're going to face the reality that the algorithms are not your friend and you're never, ever, 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 ever going to be able to beat them, then what do we do? Because there has to be a solution, right? I mean, the whole world is social media now. The whole world is Google. The whole world is ads. The whole world is pop-ups. and automated things that follow you around no matter what websites you're on. I mean, the whole world's moved to pay per click and first page of Google and what can I do on my phone and an app and all of that. And so we have to face the reality that it's real. First of all, it's a very real thing for small business owners to feel like they have to achieve mastering the algorithm. And we dump a ton of money into it, and we dump a lot of energy into it, especially as solopreneurs and micro, businesses. We're dumping tons of energy, effort, time, that we should be spending with our families into figuring out these algorithms, when the thing about algorithms is they are formulated on a curve, if you will. You remember back when you were in school and you were shooting the curve, for any of you who know that term, whether you were trying to be at the top or the bottom or like, where were you trying to be on the curve? Well, algorithms are the same deal, right? They are shooting the curve, and they're trying to meet the needs of the general populace that is going to pay their bills. They're corporations, okay? They are not looking to help out the little guy. They are looking to bring money into their pocket, which is, I mean, essentially the same as we all do. But let's face it, when you're paying per click or you're paying for an algorithm to work in your favor, you are paying not a real person, but a big, 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 huge business. And that doesn't mean there aren't small business owners out there who do wonderful things with marketing. There are. There are people who have figured out and stay on top of the algorithms, even more importantly. But if you're going to hire somebody to do that, please, by all that is out there, hire a small business who cares about you. Hire a real person who cares about your success, and not some big entity or corporation who really doesn't care if you succeed or fail. What they care about is the money in their pocket, because they have an empire that they're keeping afloat. So yes, the algorithms are out there. Yes, they suck. Yes, they are constantly changing. Yes, to some extent we have to battle them out and figure them out. But the good news, everybody, there's good news. Woohoo! Good news. The good news is we don't have to shoot the curve. We don't have to battle the algorithm. All we have to do is avoid it altogether. Now, if you choose to do social media, you go for it. Hire an independent company that has you in mind, or do it on your own, but don't bury yourself into the ground doing it, okay? Only do what works for you. And if it's working for you, then fabulous, wonderful. But for all of you who are tired of the social media game, who are tired of the hustle, who it's not working for, this is for you, okay? Because the solution is to avoid it altogether, period. And I don't mean that you have to delete Instagram and Facebook and Google search engines off of your phone and your laptop and your computer. That's silly, because the world moves on them, right? But that does mean that you can go straight to the source for what you are trying to get out of social media right now. Straight to them. Instead of going through Google, instead of going through Facebook, instead of paying Instagram, same company now, instead of, trying to figure out how to play on the big guys field, go straight to your source. And if you've watched any of my lives or seen what we're doing here at Localtude, you'll know what's the answer to it. Shout it out in the comments. That's right. Community. You have this amazing friend in your pocket, and it's the community. And I realized one day that we don't have to play the algorithm game. We can go straight to the source we're trying to reach. So break it down here, okay? You as the company Customers. You're trying to reach them. You're trying to have more of them. You're trying to have more business, right? And what we do with social media and algorithms and Google and SEO and all of those things that are amazing tools that are out there run by corporations, we go through them to get to where we need to be. But we don't have to. We don't have to. We can just go straight to our community. Now, everybody's going to say to me, yeah, you try that. That's hard. How do I talk to my community? Well, we've gotten so locked into staying behind our computers and staying behind our phones and feeling like we have to beat the algorithms that we don't even consider that there's another way. And so that's what we're doing here at Localtude, and we hope you'll join the conversation and be a part of this movement to support small that actually has some wings under it. Because we really believe around here that if you can connect as a solopreneur, as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur who is just launching, or a mom and pop shop, we really believe that if you connect on a level outside of social media, outside of algorithms, outside of Google, to your community, and that we teach them how to support you directly, and we connect the two of you, that you will succeed as a small business. Hi, Rosita. Thanks for joining us. I mean, this is the reality, you guys. You can do this. What it takes is a little education. It takes a little bit of out-of-the-box thinking, and it takes some tools that actually achieve the goal. Yes, we have an app. It's not live yet. It has been submitted to the app stores. We're just waiting for them to turn it on, and it is a great tool, but there are lots of tools out there. And what we want to present to you is that as a small business, you can't beat the algorithm. So why are you burying yourself in it? Why are you challenging yourself to figure it out when it doesn't work for you? When it doesn't have you in mind? When it doesn't actually benefit you? If you took the number of hours you spend trying to beat the algorithm, or the amount of money you pay somebody to beat the algorithm, and then you directly compare it to the number of customers coming in, the dollars coming in, direct correlation from one to the other, is it working for you? And if it is, great. If it isn't, we have another solution for you. Okay? We have a solution that allows you to connect directly. And that solution, yeah, we have a tool. We have an app. It's called Localtude. It's a great tool. And we hope you'll use it. We hope as small businesses, you'll get yourself listed on it. You can do that now before it even goes live on the App Store. But the real tool is to start connecting to your community. The real tool, the real win here is building community. And I don't mean on social media. I mean directly to your community. I mean, let's teach our communities how to support us. You know, we walked around the farmers market this week and asked a bunch of vendors that were there, what's the one thing your community could do to support you best? And the answers we got were not what you would expect. I think out of all of the ones we interviewed, only one of them said, buy more. The rest of them had a different way you could support them. But we don't talk about those things, right? And that's what we're doing here. We're starting that conversation in the world because we feel it really needs to happen. We can't just talk about supporting small. We can't just talk about, this. We need to support the backbone of America and do more. We have to talk about how. So here at Localtude, that's what we're doing. We're talking about how. And my tip for you today as entrepreneurs is stop fighting the algorithm that doesn't favor you. It never has. It never will. But what you can do is connect directly to your community. We're going to be teaching you how to do that. And we're going to be teaching consumers how to do that for you. So we'd love to hear the answer to that question. in the comments, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it on replay, we'd love to hear what's the one thing your community could do to support you best right now. We'd love, love, love to hear those comments. Love to hear what it is that your community can do to rise up and support you. This is the conversation we're having, and we are excited to have it. It is only going to get harder out there to try to beat the algorithm. It's only going to get harder. The market is completely saturated, right? It's inundated. You're not going to get seen by doing the same thing that you've been doing. You're going to have to try something new and something that actually works. So we encourage you to be here every Monday morning for our show, Entrepreneur Magick, and we will help get you there. We will help you succeed. We will help give wings to that passion you have and help you fly. We have a couple tips for you to walk away with today. And these are tips that you're going to hear me say over and over and over, because these are the tips we want you to remember as an entrepreneur and eventually be able to say back to me because you know them so well. So here you go. We are asking you to invite your community to tango with you because they are ready. They are ready to dance with you. They are ready to support you, but we have to teach them the steps. And those steps, we're going to give you 3 steps that will help you teach your community to tango. And the first one, as we've been talking about, is take a step back from the social sludge. I trip over that every time I say it. It's too many S's. Take a step back from that sludge, that trudge, that the hustle. If it's not helping you, don't do it. The second part of teaching your community to tango with you is to slide. Okay, you don't slide in the tango, but you get my point. Slide and sidestep the algorithm altogether. Go straight to your community because they are where your dollars are. They are where your support is. And if you're paying all of those dollars to some corporation that doesn't care about you, then your customers probably aren't even finding you. And the last step we are going to teach our new dance partners is to take 2 steps forward with us. So everybody is ready to support small. We know it. We hear it. It's everywhere. I mean, everybody's talking about it, but it's never been easy for people to support small businesses. They don't know how. So let's teach them how. Be here every Monday morning. We're also here every Wednesday teaching our community members how to support you. So we'd love to hear from you. I welcome you to the Localtude family. I hope you're here at the lunch day meal with us. I'm Italian, I can't help it. Every week. And please tell another small business owner you know that might benefit from this show to be here or to watch us on replay. And here at Localtude, we are directly connecting communities to local small businesses so that you can fly and do what you really love instead of wasting your time doing what you don't. If you'd like more information, go ahead and check us out on localtude.com or any of the social media platforms we're on, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Clubhouse, you name it. We're probably there. All right. We will catch you next week. We'd love to hear from you. So don't hesitate to reach out or drop us a comment. All right, we'll be talking to you soon. Ciao. Let's salsa. Llega la nueva mañana, como después de la noche. Llega la nueva mañana, así también en tu Have a good week, guys.